got shot in the rear turret, front turret. You could hook him out and put the next one in. And in those days when the 6 Jerrys were flying, there was more than that about. But when we ever saw them, they were 6-handed. And if we hadn't had a cloudy night or day, we'd have been from day down the lock just down easy. It was just a bit of luck to get a cloud.
Did they actually? Did they hit you? The aircraft? Did they hit your aircraft?
No.
No.
No, because they never got near enough to fire at us.
No.
We saw we could pick up their signal. I knew they were about. And when it was cloudy, we'd get up out there, out of the way. Oh, yeah.
And what did you do? Just stay in the cloud for 20 minutes or something, was it?
As long as you could.
Yeah.
And when you don't, because you see them quite easy. And when they were going away, we'd get up and they must have given up. Of course, they can't stay up as long as we can. So they've got to go refuel. I mean, we were up for hours on it. 20 odd, it would take about 20 odd hours for the full day.
Yes, yes. That's by the time you prepared for the flight.
Prepared and everything.
Went to the flight.
All go in front of the chap tells you the weather and this, that, the other. And then coming back, it's all that landed and time taken doing that.
And this was nighttime flights as well as daytime?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And when you came back home then, back to Pembroke Dock, what would you do then? The crew did have to be debriefed?
Yeah, well, we went in the office and Babby would do all that. We wouldn't have nothing to do with that, because he was the governor. And then we go, if you were lucky enough to have digs like we had, you'd have gone over to the digs. But I was very, very lucky. Mrs. Hughes was a nice person and she'd help with a bit of cooking. Give me a break.
You'd done enough cooking on the aircraft?
Yeah, yeah. I came down on the beach and told Joy. I said, you know, you're getting plenty of something to eat. I said, yeah. He said, yeah, he's supposed to cook us our meals. When we have a bit dodgy flight, your old tummies are all upside down. He said, takes all the food home. So yeah. Oh, lovely.
But you were what they call hostilities only, weren't you? Because you'd been a policeman.
Yeah.
So you'd been in like a reserved occupation?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes, I came back and went to police. I retired about. I finished as a detective superintendent, and I got my pension every month, and it wasn't a bad job actually.
With the Met?
Yeah.
With the Met, yes.
Yeah. Plenty of sport.
But you'd been a policeman before the war, so...
Yeah, I just joined up.
Had you? Yeah.
Yeah. What happened, we got married, and I said, well, I got called up more or less. I've got to go, and that was that. Couldn't do much about it. I didn't want to stay in the police force, just pondering around. I enjoyed it.
Would you do it again?
Oh yeah, yeah. If I could have the same lot again, you'd be lucky, but there's only one person I really felt unhappy about was old Babe Ruth, squadron leader. Yeah, he says, I'll go up with the plane. Wasn't our one, thank goodness. And he went up and that was it. They all the lot went for Burton.
It was the luck of the draw, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. You might go up and bump into some Germans and that was it. I mean, my young kid and my brother, mate, he couldn't have been out all that long. They phoned up and said, sorry to tell you, the boys, they were shot down, they've all been killed. It's only three in the plane, but not like the Sunderland.
No, that was the way that the war went, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you could be a very experienced crew or a rookie crew. It didn't matter.
That made the difference.
No,
No.
no.
If you got the wrong one, that was it. I mean, that little shell that came from house to roofer, I blame myself because I was telling them where we were, because amongst them there was the ones that sort of glowed, fire, sort. And you could tell which way it was the shooting was going. And I said it was a long way away from us, but and then we get down there, must have we got one in that come in underneath. And if that had added, there was no explosive in it, you see. That would be good like those.
Probably the next one in line would have had the explosive in. So.
Yeah, it was quite a big thing. It was a good that size, at least about 5 or 6 inches long.
Gary, is there anything that your dad has said to you that you think that would be useful to?
Well, only that Tinker, Tinker is such a character on board the aircraft, and he was very much part of the crew and all the tricks he used to play with getting the guns, etc. Because he was one who changed the guns in the front, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
From those little pop-up guns to shell guns. And you landed in the Isles of Scilly once, didn't you, when you ran out of fuel?
Oh yes, you had to go into the Isles of Scilly. Oh, wait a minute.
I'm running in a tree.
All right.
Oh, right. And from then on, it developed from there.
And how long were you in the Met altogether?
Well, I only packed up. We had a DI at our station who came from Elton. when I was about